Disney, a global entertainment entrepreneur, made history with his production of the first full-length animated feature film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This event signified a turning point in history, paving the way for advancements in the animation industry. The revolution began when he defied common thought at the time and proved that moviegoers would want to see full-length films instead of silly shorts. With this movie, Disney allowed the animation industry to grow, changing his tactic from humor to creating films with plots. Also, with the success of his first full-length animated feature film came the production of the multi-plane camera. Disney's production of Snow White is still historically recognized as an advancement in the golden age of animation. Disney began his career in 1921 when he founded Laugh-O-Gram Studios. This was a program devoted purely to simple, yet humorous, shorts. After this went bankrupt, he decided to begin the Disney Company in 1923. One of his most famous inventions was that of a little mouse, Mortimer. This name didn't stick though. His wife finally convinced him to change it to the name every house in America has without a doubt heard, Mickey. On November 18, 1928, Walt debuted Mickey Mouse as the first ever animated strip to incorporate both animation technology and synchronized sound. This was the beginning of an era that would come to be known as the Golden Age of animation. Disney made many contributions to this age in history through the production of Snow White. All of these contributions had a lasting impact on the animation industry as well as the world. Before the Golden Age, movie critics believed that people would not want to see full-length animated features, but instead, just shorts that would keep the audience laughing. Disney refuted this claim in a couple of different ways. First, his initial workings with humor, Laugh-O-Gram Studios, lasted just 2 years before going bankrupt in 1923. This showed that, even if the reaction began well, repetitive humor soon fell out of favor with the public, and they started to crave more. When Snow White finally came out, the response was massive. During its initial release, it made a whopping $8 million, making Snow White the highest-grossing movie of its decade. Unlike Laugh-O-Gram, Disney's success didn't stop there. In the following years, more full-length pieces of animation began to crop up, such as Dumbo, Fantasia, and Bambi. On average, these films made around $500,000 more in the box office than other well-known famous films, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and Pride and Prejudice. These numbers made all the difference in a time of war, and went to show just how animation was on the rise. Another way that Disney proved that moviegoers would want to watch full-length animated features was with his honorary award in the Oscars. In 1939, Walt Disney was presented with an honorary Oscar for his outstanding production of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This showed that not only the moviegoers approved of the new animated features, but critics as well as the Academy were beginning to recognize its excellence. That change sparked a turning point in the way animation was thought of to the general public. Before Snow White was released, there had only been 3 animated feature films, all of which were released in Asia or Europe, and none of which were made with the technology of the multiplane. This changed, though, after the amazing $8 million initial gross that Snow White had. In response to this, the Disney Company, as well as other animation companies, continued to create full-length pieces of animation. Disney had released 114 of the 2,378 full-length animated feature films that have come out since 1938. This shows that the world is finally coming around to enjoy full-length animated features, playing into their importance in today's society. In addition to all of this, today in movies or even on television, animated series will at least be 30 minutes long, if not longer. Animation has come a long way since the 7-minute shorts it used to be known for. All shows and feature films serve a purpose and have a goal achieved by the end. This is what Disney helped to create, an animated world that makes sense, yet still draws the viewer in. As Roger Ebert said, "Nothing like the techniques in Snow White have been seen before. Animation itself was considered a child's entertainment. 6 minutes of gags involving mice and ducks before the newsreel in the main feature. Snow White demonstrated how animation could release a movie from its trap of space and time, how gravity, dimension, physical limitations, and the rules of movement itself could be transcended by the imaginations of the animators." Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs also engendered the creation of the multiplane camera. one of the greatest contributions in animation. Specifically made for Snow White, the multiplane created depth in a scene through 4 or more glass planes, incorporating color and shading.
What were they trying to do with the multiplane camera, right? And what they were doing, and they succeeded in doing that, is to create the illusion of lifelike three-dimensional depth.
This camera also helped produce later films, such as Pinocchio, Fantasia, Bambi, and Dumbo. Each of these had spectacular reviews, and only further enhanced the popularity of the multiplane in the eyes of animators. The traditional multiplane camera was used until 1989 during the production of The Little Mermaid. This camera became so popular that once technology allowed, a digital version came into the film industry. This new computer program is called CAPS, Computer Aided Production System. The CAPS system is used to create depth in a scene, just like the multiplane camera. That variation of the multiplane was used to create Toy Story, which became the first ever animated feature to be nominated for Best Original Screenplay, showing just how amazing the quality of the multiplane camera is. Disney's production of Snow White led to the acceptance of full-length animated films, the multiplane camera, and a completely new genre of film, one with a plot and morals. Since the release of Snow White, which earned the title of the highest-grossing movie of its time, Disney added 52 full-length animated features. Through the workings of this movie, a Best in Animation category was added to the Oscars, and Toy Story made the mark of animation in the Best in Screenplay category. With all of this, the creation of Snow White showed the film industry and moviegoers that stories with plots and morals, not just humor, can be equally as enjoyable as any short ever was. Disney's production of Snow White is still historically recognized as an advancement in the golden age of animation.
Well, if I had it to do over again, I think, no, I don't think it would.